As you may have read, on June 27th, Printify will be rolling out new pricing for their products as well as their shipping. And if you're like most people, you probably freaked out as soon as you read that email. So first, let me just calm you down. This is nothing to be alarmed by. Price adjustments and increases happen. So in this video, I'm going to go over these new rates. I'm also going to show you how to overcome any increases that may affect you. And I'm going to show you little tricks that you can apply to ensure you won't lose any money at all. So make sure you watch this video all the way through, because these little tricks that I'm about to show you are super important if you sell POD. Now, when you read the word increase, especially to the products that you sell, automatically, I bet your heart probably fell into your stomach. So why would I say this is nothing to worry about? Well, first, not all items are actually increasing. Even though this email made it sound like this was the case, it's not. These increases are only applying to certain items and print providers. And even if you find your print provider on that list, not all their pricing is going up. In some cases, some of the prices are actually going down. That's right, you heard that correctly. Some prices are going to be cheaper. Now, before I show you the price changes and how to navigate through them, I want you to remember the benefits of print on demand. A huge factor of using Printify is that you don't have to physically store all of these items. You don't have to buy mass amount of products and inventory. You also don't have to worry about packaging and shipping those items to your consumers. The amount of money that you save choosing to run a business this way is very significant, especially when you factor in those costs. This tiny adjustment and increase is really nothing compared to what you could be paying. Because in addition to paying for items, you would have to pay for other increases that happen throughout the year. For example, if you have a warehouse, rent increases every year. When you have employees, you usually pay them more every year. Packaging, utilities, maintenance, all of these increase. Even the cost of living increases in general every year. Using print on demand through Printify at the end saves you a mass amount of money. So please do not be intimidated when you hear prices are increasing. This is the closest thing that you can get to passive income online. So now with that said, let's jump on Printify. This is the new standard price that will be releasing June 27th. You can download this as a CSV file or on Google Sheets. Simply right-click somewhere on the sheet and select Export. For this video, I'm going to do everything through Printify just in case you don't know how to maneuver through Excel. So you may notice at the top, you have different options. You have category, print provider, products, brand, model, and so on. With this, you can search the specific category by clicking on that category option. So let's say you sell mugs. To only show mugs, the first thing you want to do is uncheck the category. Then type in mug and click it. This will show a check mark next to it and only show that category. From there, if you know which print provider you currently use, you could do the same thing. Click print provider, uncheck all of them, and select the one that you are currently using. This will then show the price changes that they plan on making on June 27th. From there, you can compare them to other print providers to see if they're offering better prices. Now, say you're looking for something specific, like an 11-ounce mug. Then you are going to have to go over to product, uncheck all of those, and type in that product. Now, because each print provider actually labels their products differently, you don't want to be too specific when searching. So simply just type in 11 to look for 11-ounce mugs. Once they come up, click the check mark and it'll select all of them. The Excel will only show you 11-ounce mugs that these print providers now offer. Then go over to change, click it, and this will adjust the pricing to show you the new prices. Now, like I said earlier, some prices are decreasing. In this case, mugs is not going to be one of those items. But just to show you some items that are decreasing, I'm going to start a new search. In this case, I'm going to show all the items that Printify has to offer. Again, to see the pricing updates, you just click on Change. And the first thing that pops up is a poster. The cost of this item has dropped $15.58. The same applies to this company. Their Bella Canvas hoodie is $13.70 less than it previously was being sold for. So now what do you do if the products you offer aren't decreasing in price? In this case, you have 4 options. So let's go over each one of these. The first option is to increase the product price. Now, this may sound abnormal, and increasing prices may sound scary to many. However, this is a normal thing for e-commerce. When you sell things online, they increase. This can be due to importing items, shipping, or just the cost of material going up. Either way, item costs increase. Now, you may find that some of your competitors may not increase their pricing. And that's perfectly fine, because they'll have to eat that extra cost. I don't want you to worry about them. See, when a company charges less money, they obviously make less money back. Eventually, it comes back to hurt them. They take less profit and they start running themselves out of business. I have seen this so many times, and you probably have as well. You've probably seen a company have great prices and then one day they're just gone. See, when other companies mimic this, it becomes a price war. One company offers something for a lower price, and then another company wants to compete. So what do? They drop their prices even lower. And this will go on and on until one of them runs out of money. Now, the people that don't lose, just stay out of that pricing war. Sticking your ground during this time is the most important thing to do. You may say, well, does that actually work? It does. You may get some complaints here and there from certain customers. But overall, most consumers will not complain. It's just a simple little price increase. Something going up 80 cents or even $1 usually is not a huge difference. It actually mostly goes unnoticed. Now, I'm not saying to increase your items by $5 or $10, especially when the item's only increasing maybe $1 or $2. In that case, you have to be realistic. Make the necessary adjustments and do not go over the top. I have personally increased my prices multiple times over the past 5 years. Very rarely have I ever received a complaint. Even USPS updates their rates 2 or 3 times each year. And guess what? They don't go back down. Sometimes they may say, oh, this is only for the holidays. But 2 to 3 months after the holiday, you get an email saying the rate's going back up. And when it does this time, it never goes back down. So although increasing your prices may make you feel uncomfortable, this is a very normal practice online and in e-commerce. So now let's talk about the second option. You can easily just go with a cheaper provider. Say you found a provider that's cheaper and you want to make a switch. How hard is this to do? Honestly, it's actually really easy through Printify. Simply just open up your products, click on the 3 little dots, scroll down, click replace, and then select a new provider. It's really that simple. Now, before doing this, I would highly suggest that you order samples from them. You want to make sure that it's the same quality that you've been getting from your previous provider. Increasing your pricing is okay as long as the product quality does not change. If you increase your price and the quality lessens, this will cause consumers to become upset, and then they will leave you negative reviews. So before you make any sort of change like that, please make sure that you order some samples and test them out. So now let's move on to that third option. This trick would be to add the extra cost into the shipping. Now again, you have to be realistic when you're adding that extra cost to anything. So if the price goes up 50 cents, only add 50 cents to your shipping. Something minor like this will not affect your sales. And the added cost to your shipping will allow you to maintain your current profits. The last option is offering bundle packages. What this entails is that you offer one item for a certain price, and if they were to buy a second item, they get it for a lower cost. Now, this may sound counterintuitive because it sounds like you're giving away a product. But when you use print on demand, in most cases, the print providers offer a lower shipping discount when you ship a second item. Then on Etsy, you can add an option when you add a second item, it would increase the cost of that shipping. So if the supplier is offering a lower shipping for that second item, and on Etsy, it's adding an additional charge to ship that second item, this will make up some of those costs that you would have lost. Now you may say, well, I just had to sell a second item for less. And yes, that's true. But let me ask, would you have sold 2 items originally? Most consumers are looking for deals. So when they see buy 2 beach towels, buy one, get one half off, chances are they'll spend that extra money to get that second item. Now, I would not advise you to do this for every single one of your products. Only do this for certain products that could be used and bundled together. Also, make sure that you have a separate shipping profile for these bundles. This will make it easy on you to know which ones are being shipped as a bundle and which ones are being shipped, by themselves. So to wrap this up, I want you to evaluate your store, and I want you to think about which option would best serve you. Don't let these changes scare you away. And honestly, if people are scared and they end up leaving Etsy, I want you to remember, if they leave, that gives you more opportunity to sell to their consumers. That leads to more money in your pocket. So I hope that this put your mind a little more at ease. And I hope that this showed you different ways that you can structure this to benefit your business. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. You know I love to hear from you. And as always, thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.